Both Premier Stephen Marshall and Opposition Leader Peter Malinauskas have joined more than 1 million South Australians in voting today. Key points: the South Australian state election is being held today. The South Australian state election is being held today. Both major party leaders have given their last-minute pitches for votes. Both major party leaders have given their last-minute pitches for votes. Voting closes at 6 p.m. There have been long lines at polling booths this morning, with social distancing measures limiting how many people can vote at once. Voting in Woodville Gardens, Opposition Leader Peter Malinauskas said he was hopeful that Labor would win today's election. "I'm confident that my team and I have done all the work that we can to put an alternate vision forward for South Australians in the post-pandemic era," he said. "I'm confident that I'll lead a united and fresh team that's hungry to do good for the people of our state." Opposition Leader Peter Malinauskas with Labor supporters at Woodville Gardens Primary School. A female constituent confronted Mr. Malinauskas about comments he allegedly made to a group of young Liberals last week, calling them girls when they fell behind while crashing his weekly parkrun. The woman said his comment was regrettable, but she would still vote for him. "I really respect you. I'm voting for health," she said. "I see your beautiful wife there. You must regret those comments about girls. That was silly." Mr. Malinauskas said it was a quip I'm kicking myself about. This voter confronts Peter Malinauskas about his recent comments calling young Liberals girls during his parkrun. Another man inside the booth thanked Mr. Malinauskas for helping him, and then the voter had to pull his shorts back up after they fell around his feet. Premier focusing on economic record. Today's news poll has Labor leading the government 54 to 46 in its interpretation of the likely two-party preferred vote. However, the Premier said he could still win, likening his opponent to former federal opposition leader Bill Shorten, who was favoured to win in 2019. "I'm very confident that the people of South Australia will vote in their own interests and have a continuing Liberal government in South Australia," Mr. Marshall said. "They can't be fooled. They remember what happened under Labor. They won't forget Oakden. They won't forget the child protection crisis in South Australia, the closure of the RAPAT, the sky-high energy prices, the statewide blackouts. That's what Labor delivered after 16 years." Premier Stephen Marshall votes at Norwood Primary School. Mr. Marshall said things were moving in the right direction in terms of the economy and reducing the cost of living. "There's only one risk to that. It's a change in government today," he said. "That will put a massive handbrake on our economy here in South Australia. Several seats important to outcome. The most marginal seats are Newland and King, in Adelaide's northeast, and in Adelaide's northeast Adelaide, which takes in the CBD and suburbs to the north, which takes in the CBD and suburbs to the north Elder, centred around Edwardstown. Liberal Caroline Power holds Elder by a margin of 1.9%. She said every vote would count. "It's really challenging, boundaries have changed. That brings it back to 50 to 50, and it is a unique role where you can work really hard for a long period of time, give up several weekends and still be faced with a challenge," she said. Liberal MP for Elder Carolyn Power with Dog Napoleon, Labor's candidate for Elder, Nadia Clancy. Her Labor opponent, Nadia Clancy, agreed it would be a close race. "It's going to be tight," she said. "I'm honestly not sure what's going to happen, but I'm hopeful, and I think South Australians need a Labor government. We're the best chance for our future." Large number of early votes. While in-person voting closes at 6 p.m. today, more than 170,000 people have already cast pre-poll votes, and there have been 160,000 postal vote applications. SA Health says up to 80,000 people are in isolation and will need to collect their election ballots from testing stations around the state, fill them out at home before posting them back by 6 p.m. Electoral Commission website delays. The Electoral Commission of South Australia says its website is working, despite reports of people struggling to access the site. Its homepage is taking a long time to load, with error messages appearing for many links off the home page. The Commission says the website is operating slower than usual and to expect delays.